Honorable Martin Owino, Member of Parliament for Ndhiwa. I had called him to talk about Cuban healthcare, but as you can imagine, and of course we'll get to that at some point, if not today, at least tomorrow, but you can imagine we have gotten you in studio at a time when this story is developing. It's only fair that we get your reaction and response to what we are seeing in the nation this morning. Yes,
even last time I talked about why go for the small fish?
Why go for the small fish?
And you leave the big ones. So I don't know whether these are the medium one.
How would you describe them in your view?
But I think the arrest is good because people had lost faith in the judiciary system, DCI, DPP, all these organs that check on this issue. So if they can be serious, let's face it, arrest has been made in Kenya before. It's not the first one. The rest have been made, and sometimes others are arrested and put in a very nice place. But in the eyes of the public, they have been arrested. So we hope this time, because before you can make any arrest, you must be having a leading evidence that this guy is worth prosecuting with what I have. So we would not like to hear DPP say, oh, I'm still reviewing the files. No, we don't want those stories. We want real thing. Because even if we were going to talk about the Cuban, any theft from the public coffer interferes with the system, health included.
In fact, you're now even almost concerned that who is watching over our healthcare to ensure that what we saw, and yesterday we had, actually, and that was going to be one of my talking points, Oluga, Dr. Oluga, KMPDU, he actually told Hussein Mohammed, look at the first 4 stories you've done. Corruption after corruption after corruption. What safety do Kenyans have in knowing that 5-6 months from now, the headline in the paper won't be corruption over Cuban doctors, for example?
And that is the scale in the Kenyan eyes. Even good things would be tainted by scam, scam, scam. But that aside, what I would like to see is seriousness. There are 3 people involved here. The park had done their part. They have interviewed these guys. They have known where the problem is. That's good. But the DCI and the DPP and the judiciary system must restore Kenyans' confidence in what they do. For example, these billions we are talking about, Wahiga, we have so many dispensaries, forgive me because health is my passion, which are not equipped. The nurses have no houses. Community health workers are volunteers, which you cannot achieve anything with volunteerism all years. If we could use those money there. But what surprised me most, you read quite a lengthy career of these guys.
Yes. Lilian Bogo Molo, PS. And we should now call him Dr. Richard Ethan Dubai. He graduated with a PhD. We have confirmation on that.
Yeah, and some had even their scholarship or their
academic qualifications and the like.
In US and all this.
Yes.
You mentioned Harvard. In Dubai. So then, we have to go to a drawing board. What is it that is required for somebody to qualify to be hired in a place? Besides academic.
Okay, that is if they are convicted.
Yeah, now they are clean until charged, but
but
me, I'm just taking that storyline.
A question that Kenyans should be thinking about.
All this profile you have made.
Yes.
And then you said he's arrested. Then, if he's charged guilty, we have to go to a drawing board. In terms of Chapter 6, the integrity of a person and moral standards. How do we glue that in an interview desk? And what have really euthanized Kenyans? Because this is not the first scandal. The other one is not resolved, and there is another one. Really,
we still don't quite know what happened with what we are calling NYS 1.
Exactly. So this is a good move to me, but I want to see more, and I want to see seriousness done to this.
I want to get a reaction to a quote yesterday by Dr. David Ndi on another TV station, KTN to be more specific. He said, and I want to quote, the fight against corruption has been weaponized to, on one hand, malign one arm of Jubilee that supports the deputy president, and to, on the other hand, quote unquote, sanitize or clean the presidency. And I'm talking about the President Uhuru Kenyatta and his legacy. That all these revelations cannot be coming, okay, first of all, have Kenyan civil servants become so honest that suddenly we are getting leaks from everywhere? Every day you open the paper, if it's not NYS, if it's not NCPB, if it's not KPC, if it's not Kenya Power, if it's not Youth Fund, if it's not, there's a new one today in the paper. Where has all this honesty come from, I think is what someone was asking. Do you see more than meets the eye?
There could be two ways. One, it could be orchestrated, as he says. That's possible. In politics, that's possible.
You've seen that, you've seen this elsewhere.
It is possible. The second line, like we do in HIV, when you promote HIV, many people come to know their status. And you have the prevalence going high because many people come to the pool. But what we do with them, we treat them. So we hope the system is good enough to unearth these people. Are we going to treat them? That's the question.
Okay.
So you see, it could be orchestrated. That's fine.
So there was a sickness called corruption.
Yeah.
Which now is being brought to the...
It's coming to the surface.
Yes.
The question would be, what do we do with it? We suppress it because it was a political move, or it want to sanitize somebody's legacy, as you say.
Okay.
So it's a huge question, but I'm happy that they are coming out.
Okay. For whatever reason.
They are coming out to be seen. So it leaves to be wondered, how are we going to handle them? That's why all fingers are pointed DCI, DPP, and the judiciary.